Plaintiff Mary Barker is suing her ex-fiancé for personal property. Mary says she caught the defendant having an affair with an underage girl while they were living together. Defendant Phil Jones says Mary is lying because if he was having sex with underage girls, he would not have been able to keep his job as a driver's education teacher for the past 32 years. Phil's countersuing for car payments and loans.
Mary Barker is suing Phil Jones for personal property, and Phil is countersuing for car payments and unpaid loans. Mary, let's start with you.
Yes, I had met Phil through a niece of mine. We became engaged. We were getting along great. And then after 3 years, he became violent and having sex with underage girls. I came home from work one day early.
Back up. Sex with underage girls?
Your
Yes.
Honor.
Not yet. How do you know this?
I came home from work one day early. I came through the door. The stairway's right there. He was saying, Mary, don't come here. Don't come up here. And I heard this younger girl say, I thought you said she was at work. And then he replied, well, she's supposed to be. And he kept saying, don't come up here, Mary. Don't come up here, Mary. Well, I didn't want to see it, so I stayed downstairs. He came down the steps. Would you like to go for an ice cream? I said, yeah, let's go get an ice cream. We came back, and she was gone.
So you both leave?
Well, I said, yeah, let's go so she can leave.
So she can, why are you making it easy for her? If she's underage, she's a victim. You should be helping her.
I didn't want to see him with a younger underage girl.
I wouldn't want to see him, period. Why would you go out for ice cream with him?
So she could leave, go down the steps, get dressed, go downstairs.
Is this true, Phil?
No, Your Honor, it is not true. If it was true in the line of work I'm in, I would not be hired and I would be unemployed. Probably I'd be in jail.
Well, you should be if it's true, but
Your
what
Honor,
do you do?
I am a driver's ed instructor and I am in a car with underage young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that is a true case, I definitely would be fired.
Did you ever report any of this to the Board of Education, Mary?
No, but I did. A couple
No?
of police officers.
You call the police?
Well, I went to the police station. I told him that he was having sex with underage girls and I would have to prove it.
Did the police ever speak to you?
No, Your Honor.
How long ago was this?
Well, let's just say 3 years ago because that's how long I moved out. That's when I went down.
What are the circumstances of your moving out, Mary?
Well, he became violent. He started slamming me into the walls, into the floor. He threw me down the steps one night. The door was open one day, and he slammed me so hard, I flew out the door, hit the porch railing. I slid back on the brick wall, and I slid down the wall.
You hit her?
No,
her?
Your Honor, I did not hit her.
Why
I never
is she
touched
saying
her.
all this if it's not true?
Your Honor, I really believe that the reason she's making these statements is the fact that during our relationship, Mary was on painkillers. And she overused the painkillers to the point where she would hallucinate. This has been going on for an extended period of time in which she was doing this. And I deny every bit of it.
If he shoved you down the stairs, if he pushed you out the door and over the railing, you bent over, flipped back, went down the brick wall, where's your medical reports? Where's your injuries? Where's the police report? Where's the order of protection?
I went to the police station.
That's
They
the
have to
second
catch
time you
him
said
in
you
the
go to the
act.
station. Do you have a phone? When
Well,
there's an
for
emergency, you
starters-
call the police.
For starters, we live in a small town,
Okay.
and here's a lot of people buffaloed.
Mary, let me explain something to you. As a DA, if there were an allegation that someone teaching driver's ed was molesting those girls, you can be darn sure I'd be in there with my investigators talking to every girl who got into a car with this man to find out whether or not there was anything going on. You don't need evidence. You don't need to prove it. But I got to tell you, your actions are a little off the charts.
Well, he kept telling me, don't come up here, Mary, don't come up here. And for starters,
I don't know a
didn't
woman
want to
who
see
wouldn't
it.
storm up there and break down the door, Mary. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong on that one? All right, so Mary, what are you suing him for?
He still has all of my properties, except for my sofa, love seat, and chair.
All right, you have a property?
Yes, Your Honor. And the reason I have the property is that Mary owes me some bills that she neglected to pay that I had to pay.
Phil, you have a woman here who is accusing you of being a pedophile, who is in a career that people engage in order to be pedophiles so that they can have access to kids. And you're holding her furniture because she owes you a few bucks for car payments? Are you out of your mind?
I must be, Your Honor. Because I'm being very serious. Like I said, I really did not want, and I didn't expect this to go that far, because I knew over the years that we were together of her hallucinations that she had with the pain medication that she was taking. And, I figured that she would just, let that go. I didn't realize it would go this far. If I had, I probably would have sued her for defamation. But I have never been approached by anybody in town concerning this whole matter.
You have no concerns about her allegations?
I have no concerns because I know they're not true.
Okay. All right. Your name, ma'am? Who are you?
Wanda Patton.
Okay, come on. Why are you here today?
I'm here because Mary told me we've been friends for 2 years. Mm-hmm. She has told me everything he's done to her, and I didn't even know the man. And what all she is saying, it's probably true.
Oh, well, thank you. You could sit up here next time. Have a seat. Thank you. All right. Now, what are you suing her for?
I'm suing her for her lack of paying car payments, her insurance that I had to pay, and medical bills that I had to pay. And I have a
All right, let's see them.
piece of paper here.
Yes.
Whoa.
Go ahead, Mary.
I paid my insurance every single month, okay? He had co-signed for my car. I never missed a payment. He never made a payment the whole time I had that car.
Prove you paid.
I paid Mutual Federal Savings and Loan. Here's a canceled check.
This is different from the insurance.
This is different from the insurance. Yes, I have that here. The insurance policy that shows her amount that I paid.
Why did you leave your property at his house? So we're here
He changed
today.
the locks on the door so I couldn't get back in and get my belongings. And he would not allow me to come and get them.
So what did you leave at his house?
Okay. A 37-inch TV stand, a 19-inch TV, a king-size custom-made bed, a roller-top desk, my curio cabinet, an antique line cloth table, my dishes.
And how much does this come to, Mary?
$3,000.
Phil, what do you want to say?
Well, Your Honor, Mary and I had a decent relationship until her problems with the medication. And then she broke into my house once with a police officer there, and I was told by the police officer that since her mailing address was still with me, that she had the right to enter the house. And at that time, that's when I showed him out of goodwill, I let her take stuff out of the house, and I wasn't, concerned. 3 years went by, I moved on with my life, and one day I was doing my driver's ed, and my brother calls me. He's taking his dog for a walk in the park and passes my house. And he calls me on my cell phone, and he says to me, are you having your carpets cleaned? And I say, no, why? And he says, well, your front door is open and all your stuff is out on the front lawn. I pull up there, I go across the street, I go into the house, and Mary follows me in the house. As she's going into the house, she says if I try to stop her, she's going to kill me. At which time she takes a meat carving fork, raises it at me, and threatens to kill me. Which time then I step back, raise my fist, and I say to Mary, bring it on. At which time she steps back, I walk out the door, and I stand out there and wait for the police to arrive. The police arrive, and the officer asks her 3 times to put down the weapon. She doesn't do it, so he slides his hand down his side towards his sidearm, and she throws it. She throws it in the bushes.
Did she get arrested for this?
Yes, she does, and I have the police report
Mary. Burglary, aggravated burglary.
Yeah, I was aggravated.
Entered the house, was removing property without his consent. Rocking chair, basket, bird cage, stuffed dog, step stool. You did this all yourself?
No.
You had a friend?
Yes.
Your Honor, if I may, the other accomplice with her is her friend sitting here.
Did you get arrested too? Look at me. Don't look at him. Did she get arrested,
She
Phil?
did get arrested as well. I have both of these here for Mary and for her.
Wanda, you were indicted for burglary.
Wow.
Here's the
Your
deal.
Honor.
No, Mary, I'm done. I'm done. Here's the deal. Is he liable for your property? Yes. There's something called latches. It took you a little too long to try to get it. And next time you want your property, don't break in with a fork and a friend and try to get your own property out of a place. All right? You're suing her for, as far as I figured, $836 for a little insurance, a little of this, a little of that. Give her property and get her out of your life. Phil?
Yes, Your Honor.
You get your
Thank
property.
Thank you.
And as soon as you do, you get $836 and never, ever talk to each other again. So
Thank you, Your
warning.
Honor.
Okay.